This is Business Today. I'm Marlon Madden. Residents seeking data on issues of national interest should soon be able to do so with ease. This promise has come from Minister in the Ministry of Investment, Marsha Cadell. She says government is in the process of making changes to the Barbados Statistical Service to ensure there's greater access to information.
We, as the government of Barbados, intend for the Barbados Statistical Service to become an independent statistical institute. That means that its information is published without reference to me as a minister, because either it's true or it's not. And once we make sure that we have strengthened the methodologies and we can rely on the methodologies, then that data should go directly to the citizens of the country. Data on your poverty level, the various deprivations that people are facing. As long as these are not national security issues, there's no reason why some of the key information that is published by the Statistical Service should not be made available.
Cadell was addressing the recent 9th Inter-American Development Bank Group Civil Society meeting at the Hilton Resort. She also pointed out that work is continuing on designing a digital dashboard that will allow for greater transparency and increased interaction between residents and government. Cadell explained that in the first phase, the online platform will provide critical information for the authorities.
But the next step for us for the digital dashboard, and the one that I am most excited about, is making information available to the public. So the public can go on and see what is happening with major projects, why are they delayed, where are they delayed. So the public can also see, and this relates more to the work that Minister McConney's ministry is working on. The public can also see what is happening with their own personal interactions with the government of Barbados. I have an application somewhere. I need to be able to see where it is, who's responsible for it, where it is in the system. Because I think it is that kind of blindness about how government functions and when something goes in, where does it go and will it ever come out? I think having this kind of online platform and this tool is a big part of that.
Meanwhile, Attorney General Dale Marshall is giving the assurance that government is ramping up efforts to root out corruption in Barbados. He said important to the process is the promised Freedom of Information Bill, which will allow residents and commercial operators to keep tabs on those elected to serve.
We have to seize every opportunity to make sure that citizens are given all of the information that they need and every opportunity to be meaningfully involved in the process of decision making. For too long, government has been something done over the heads of the people, and we, by our commission on local governance, we're sending a clear signal to Barbados that we want Barbadians to be involved in the process of governing. Governing is not about us and them. It's about both sides working together collaboratively to achieve the kinds of benefits that a society needs. So it's not just an issue of rooting out corruption, but it's also an issue of empowering citizens.
Marshall said so far, major work has been done on the Integrity in Public Life Bill, and some final tweaks were being made. However, he explained that the process had been slower than anticipated.
I had committed to the Chamber of Commerce that we would have had it in by November, but as I said, we're trying to add the other piece of legislation to it, and those are in the final stages of being prepared. So I'm hopeful that by the time we get to sign off on the Treaty for World Corruption Day, I'll be able to say to Barbados that all of the pieces of legislation are there. We are almost finished, but we're having some challenges. The reality is that the drafting section of the Ministry of the Attorney General is challenged. We certainly don't have enough physical bodies. We've actually had to begin to outsource drafting of legislation to retired draftsmen so as to be able to keep pace with the amount of work that we're doing.
Now for today's financial tip. Companies should ensure that staff members know and understand the rules and expectations around bribery and corruption. Putting the appropriate guidelines and processes in place can help you reduce the risk of bribery and corruption in your company. That's been Business Today. Remember, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Marlon Madden.